cool. We have 10? That's great.
Yeah, I think.
That's great.
Let's see what happens.
We'll see. Yeah.
It's kind of a moving target.
I always is.
Yeah, and then I'll need to give them the handbill. That one? Where's here? Jane? Where is it? It's
Join the more
there.
Welcoming you. Welcome. Where do I call? I'll look at my script because I know I have it in my script.
Oh, about the band? Thank you. Well, I'll talk to Eric. We might be able to, I guess we can get over here. Eric?
Oh, two things. Just this to there and roll this out. And that's going to stay there.
I'm serious.
No, I
Feel big so
you know.
Okay.
I once had to light the chalice in front of 500 colleagues, and my hand did this for 2 minutes before I could do it. Would you rather not?
So that'll be ahead of the new member thing. Oh. No. Well, there's music. There's silence and music and then new member.
Yes.
Yeah. So we may not have one over here. Eric,
Yes,
Julia
Jane.
just said these could be moved, but I was trying to see where in the thing they are.
I
think
would-
your idea maybe.
I think I wouldn't want to disturb the band. They've got it
kerfuffle.
set up,
Yeah.
you know, and
We can just wobble through them.
well, I don't know if are those seats for us?
I
Is
don't
that
know.
seat for us, or is it for the band? Mariella, things are arranged. We're rearranging how we were going to do the
You want us to
members.
move our stuff out of the way?
No. Is that for Susan and I?
Yeah.
The seating.
Oh, well, it's actually for the two ukulele players.
Okay, so we'll sit down there.
You know what? It does look like
It
there's
feels a little unbalanced without.
Yeah.
It feels like we're making decisions without the progress about where people are either of the voters.
Talk to Lisa. Lisa's running the show.
Okay.
I'm just playing the.
I haven't seen.
We just did a run through.
She is interested, although she's more interested in the very color of one
Okay.
there.
Well,
I'm calling them tables. We're not using in yours to get them into there.
Do you want to
Oh,
practice
we've
reading?
got at least.
and Rennie, the colorful one,
Yeah.
you can do this one first, and then save the best to last. And this is one of those that has a little switch.
Right.
Does this sound okay, Rennie? You want to do this?
And Rennie, can I ask who tried fighting
Should we
the
move
middle?
it out of the way?
Is it your brother? Or your father? Okay.
Nobody?
He was unsure about the chairs for
She's happy. She's happy.
What did happen to your first? You don't know either? Okay.
Sure enough.
the benches
Yeah.
are moved in there.
All right. So I'll come with you when it's time, okay, sweetie?
Maybe we should move the bench back up. You know how Michelle moved the benches away?
I think it's going to be easier right now for Susan and I just to sit down there. But it wasn't clear. Fair enough.
Okay, we do need, what do you need?
I don't know what Eric decided. To get back and forth. I'll ask him. He decided this was okay?
You said you guys are going to sit in the front chair.
Okay, we can do that. Yeah, that'll be good. That gives us a pass.
Perfect, that's right.
Bonjour, mes amis. Welcome, everyone, to the First Unitarian. Oh, there we are. Try that again. Bonjour, mes amis. It makes a difference. Science and amplification and a touch of feedback. Welcome, everyone, to the First Unitarian Congregation of Ottawa. Whether you are here in Worship Hall or watching from wherever you may be, you are welcome. Welcome to this first beautiful, sunny Sunday morning in November. I'm the Reverend Eric Meter, this congregation's lead minister.
And I'm Susan, your worship associate this morning. We acknowledge that our FirstU campus is located on traditional, unsurrendered, and unceded Algonquin Anishinaabe territory, and that the work of reconciliation is a responsibility of our congregation and of all Canadians. Our goal is to educate ourselves and all those who have the willingness to understand, to be of service to those who are at risk, and to advocate for justice.
This morning, we'll ask the age-old question of what love asks of us and how we individually and together can best respond. Let's begin now. Thank you, Fred. By joining our voices in song, please rise in body or spirit as we sing together. We're going to sit at the welcome table. You'll find this as number 407 in our gray hymnal. The lyrics will be on the screen above. One thing before we start singing, this... My hearing aids started humming. They've never done that. I had to take them off. Thankfully, I had the charger with them because I can't turn them off unless I put them in the charger. They're working fine now, but I think the tech juju is still circulating the room. So if you see it, grab it and crush it and get rid of it. We're going to sing at the welcome table is not the feel-good song many of us, and I certainly, it's a song from the American slave, experience. Slaves who were kept down, who were denied a seat at a bountiful table. So as we sing our song today, let us think of those who do not have access to healthy food, do not have access to full welcome. Let this be a promise to ourselves and others that here we set a table for all. Let us sing. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. As we prepare to light our chalice this morning, I'm going to ask Rennie to come forward, and I will share these words with you. You can start, darling. You can start. I'll share these words with you from Suzelle Lynch. The flame we kindle in the chalice of faith holds blessings of warmth and light and life-giving energy. It shines forth a beacon to guide us all home. It lights up our longings to connect and to share. It possesses the power to shape a world where equity and compassion reign supreme. May this warmth and light and life-giving energy celebrate the blessings we have claimed and help us extend them in hands and hearts that offer these blessings to all. Thank you both. Our chalices are lit. And now Jody has a story for us all this morning.
Sorry. Good morning. I am Jody McIntosh, the Director of Religious Exploration, and I have a story this morning called Noticing, and it is by Kobe Yamada, illustrated by Elise Hurst. Are you a painter? I asked. I like to think of myself as more of a noticer, really. She answered, I just try to make things from what I see. It is my way of appreciating and honoring them. She looked over to me and asked, when you look up, what do you see? Clouds. You see clouds? That's all? Just clouds? The painter asked, astonished. I think so, I said, uncertain, as I scanned the sky. Why? What do you see? Oh, so much, she said excitedly. It's like the whole sky is tempting to be amazed. I see wild horses running free and upside-down castles. I see whales flying like songbirds and a dragon breathing fire. But it's not only that. I'm filled with butterflies of excitement. It feels like an adventure, an adventure unfolding, and I don't want to miss any of it. And often what we see depends on what we look for. Take this mountain, for instance. She gestured to the horizon. A climber might see a great challenge. A scientist might see the movement of an ancient glacier, and someone else might notice the cool breeze traveling from its snowy peaks. Though we all may look at the same thing, we don't always see it in the same way. That is true for mountains and also for people. When we look at others, we may see their faces or their clothes, she continued, but we are only seeing a tiny piece of who they really are. We often don't notice the important things, like their capacity for love, what they hope for, what they dream of, or who they can become. We can often miss the most beautiful parts of them. I wondered what I wasn't noticing. I wondered what I was missing. What do you see in you? Asked the painter. I looked down at my hands, my clothes, my shoes, that were a size too big so I could grow into them. Just a kid, like any other kid, I suppose. But you are not like anyone else. In fact, there isn't another person exactly like you anywhere, the painter encouraged. And the amazing thing is, there never has been and there never will be again. I'm not sure there is anything all that special about me, I said. Oh, but everything is special about you. There really isn't a single thing about you that isn't extraordinary, she shared enthusiastically. You are the rare and unique combination of what was and the bright possibility of what can be. And you know what? So is everyone else. Everyone shines and needs to be seen. Everyone wants to know that they matter, that there is a place for them, and that they are needed. Sure, some may hide their brilliance, but the light is in there, always flickering, and it is a beautiful thing when we can reflect it back to them. On one occasion, I went to go find her, and she was sitting peacefully with her eyes shut. "What are you doing?" I asked shyly, not wanting to interrupt her. "Hello, you," she smiled and waved me over. Some days I find that I can notice even more when I close my eyes, the gentle rustling of my hair, the ideas dancing in my head, the sunshine on my face, and the wonder of being alive. She invited me to close my eyes. What does home look like to you? What does kindness feel like? What does love look like? The painter asked. What does it feel like to have a friend? What does it look like to be one? One of the most important ways we see is with our imagination. So many significant things cannot be seen with your eyes, but they are very real, and it is vital that you look for and believe in them. One of the best things you can be is interested, the painter shared. When you are interested, you are curious. And when you are curious, you discover things, amazing things about yourself and about the world. The miraculous is everywhere and in everything, waiting for us to notice it, waiting for us to appreciate it, waiting for us to love it. It's been years since that day when I first met the painter. I miss her. I wish she were still here so I could tell her what she has meant to me and how she helped me to look at everything differently. But mostly, what I wish I could say is thank you for seeing me. So this morning when we sing the children out, we are going to do what we have done in previous weeks. The children are going to exit through this aisle here, and those folks that are close to the aisle can raise their arm for an arch that we can go into. And if you're feeling inspired and you're not on the aisle, you can also reach towards the arch. Thank you.
None of our private worlds is big enough for us to live a wholesome life in. We need the wider world of joy and wonder, of purpose and venture, of toil and tears. What are we, any one of us, but strangers and sojourners, forlornly wandering through the night time, until we draw together and find the meaning of our lives in one another, dissolving our fears in each other's courage, making music together and lighting torches to guide us through the dark. We belong together. Love is what we need, to love and to be loved. Let our hearts be open, and what we would receive from others, let us give. For what is given still remains to bless the giver when the gift is love. And now we turn to how we are together. As health challenges continue, do take care and take advantage of online opportunities at FirstU to stay in touch. If you are new to FirstU and would like to learn more about us, please contact us through our email at welcome@firstunitarianottawa.ca. And if you are right here in Worship Hall with us this morning and would like more information about FirstU, It is available from Mary at the welcome table. She's waving right back there at the back of the pews. Now here is Carl from our board to highlight some announcements for today.
Thank you, Susan. My name is Carl, and I sit on the board of directors as secretary. Thanks to everyone who participated in person or online in the fall congregational meeting last Sunday. A recording of the meeting is available on the members page, so just look there if you want to review it. We have several announcements, and they're all related to the fall fair, which is coming up in 2 weeks. That's on Saturday, November 18th. We need you to let everyone know to bring donations for the sale and to come shopping on the big day. And so we have two posters at the back. If you're part of any community or a school or a college where there's high traffic, please grab one of these. This one is for the donations, which occurs the week before the fall fair, and this is for the actual fall fair. We also have a newly designed fall fair bulletin board in the lobby, which is a place to sign up as a fall fair volunteer, and also has the smaller versions of the posters I just showed that you can distribute. And a shout out to Lori Foster McLeod for her creative gifts in bulletin board design. Finally, if you have a square fob, and if you know what that means, don't worry if you don't know what that means, but if you have a square fob and can lend it to Fall Fair, please contact fallfair@firstunitarianottawa.ca. And now I have announcements from the EAG, from Donna Bowen-Willer.
Thanks, Carl. Well, today's a special day for us. It's a time to mark the culmination of a 4-year journey. First, we're asking you to share what you've learned over this time. You can see posters at the back there with Post-it notes. Share what you've learned over this time, what climate actions you've taken, and what are the actions you plan to take to stand against climate change. And paste the Post-its on the boards. Thank you. And then at 2 o'clock, join us for an environmental browse. There are 6 groups here to share their environmental hopes with us. That'll be in Fellowship Hall. You're welcome to wander and meet people. Following that, at 3 o'clock, and this is the big thing, I'm looking so forward to hearing Jen and the Isla Choral Ensemble's presentation of The Earth is Tired. You can see the ads down there. It's going to be fabulous, and after the concert there are snacks and a second chance to meet the environmental guests. Climate action as a congregational focus is winding down, but for the EAG, of course, it's going to remain a central concern. And while this will be my last Sunday as the weekly, seemingly unrelenting, nagging, someone told me, voice of the EAG, we as an action group will certainly maintain a congregational presence. Mike will continue as our intrepid leader. Thank you, Mike. He's out there somewhere. For all your time and energy and ideas. Ajaski continues to grow and amaze. Green Sanctuary accreditation is well underway. The climate action page will continue to be updated with news, current advocacies and actions, special events, and more. Allison has helped us to develop a really worthwhile web page, so please keep an eye on that. Thank you, Allison. And thank you to all of those in the congregation who've encouraged and supported us over the past 4 years. And I'll meet you at the back after the service to fill out some Post-it notes. Thanks a lot.
We encourage you to sign up to receive the EUU, our weekly email newsletter. Check our Facebook and Instagram pages and our website for notices and updates. Our calendar continues to be as full as ever. And some of our activities will be taking place, however, online. This morning, each of us is welcome. We of any heritage or faith, whatever our burdens, of any culture or race, of any gender or orientation, in any body, all that we are, today we are all a part of this spiritual community.
Thank you, Carl, Donna. Each week we pause in our time together in recognition of both the joy. Oh, there are times like that, aren't there? We pause in recognition of both the joys and sorrows and the things that just don't feel right. We honor these celebrations and challenges by placing stones in a bowl of water. As the ripples extend outward, we can imagine them continuing out beyond these small bowls, out past and beyond our pews, out into the larger community of all. I hope you don't mind. My first joy is actually a joy of appreciation and gratitude. This book, Our Hopes and Dreams Going Forward Together, is a celebration book of our installation a year ago on October 22nd. It was presented to me just this last week. I didn't know about it until now. Thank you. Better late than never. It's wonderful. Our installation, not mine. And other stones this morning, a stone for Kathy as we wish her progress and peace on her health journey, and a stone for Jane F., whose sister Louise is very ill. Jane has gone to join family and be by her sister's side. And now, invite any or all of you to come forward and place a stone in either bowl for a joy, a challenge, a sorrow. Please come forward at this time. Caring cards for Kathy and Jane are at the back of the hall at our caring table for us to sign. Even if you don't know either of them, this is a way for us to extend our care on behalf of those who have given so much to this community of care. I invite you now into a time of stillness and reflection. After several moments, Jen will bring us back together with the gift of music. For millennia, people have gathered in faith communities seeking a higher purpose and deeper life, more meaning than we can find alone. Becoming a member of this congregation is both simple and complex, both an ending and a beginning. It is simple in that all is required is that you apply for membership and accept our expectation that you contribute financially and engage your time and interests with us as best you can. It is complex in that the responsibility for finding a spiritual meaning in your life and meaning you get in membership lies ultimately with you. You will get support and encouragement here, as well as questions and perhaps the occasional challenge. For the simplicity of our membership requirement goes hand in hand with our support and challenge. It is the end of looking for a faith community to join. If you come here and it works, it is the beginning of your commitment and growth within this community of faith. It is a joy to welcome those who have recently decided to make the First Unitarian Congregation of Ottawa their spiritual home. In welcoming them now, I would like to ask Brent Nicole, president of our board, and Jane Lindsay of our welcome and membership team to join me.
Hello? Can you hear me? All right. It's my great pleasure as a player in Welcome and Membership here to call up this morning, I think, 10 people. We'll see who actually made it here. Life has been happening to folks, including COVID life. And also to name another 10 who I know are either not here or not able to come up this morning. These 20 people have become members, some of them relatively recently, but some of them back a couple of years, but we haven't had an in-person welcome opportunity because of COVID. So we're delighted to do that today. So I'm going to call some up, and I'd invite you to please come up, and if you just kind of arrange yourself here on the podium. If you're not comfortable coming right up on the podium for comfort, physical reasons, whatever, feel free to stand just down on the kind of floor there. Okay. So would Nancy Cloutier please come forward? Christina Cormier, and come forward in whatever speed you can. Barb Ryan, Rick Liss, Lee Rose, Jackie Holzman, Carolyn Meyer, Suzanne Rollo, Jan Davis, and Nina Strang. And any order is okay. And as folks are assembling, I'd like you to also know that Christine and Joe Switzer also joined us as members in this time period. And Christine's father, Philippe, unfortunately, they are ill and not able to be here. David Matheson joined us. Carmen Contreras, some of you saw a wonderful testimonial from Carmen here just a couple of weeks ago. Susan Miller, Jill Swan, Lars Kloot, Sarah Craig, who actually lives in Kingston but is very active with us online, and Tess Frost. So now I'm going to, besides saying welcome, and saying that I know many of you are already very actively involved. I'm going to ask you to quickly introduce yourselves. This is not complicated. If you don't want to, you can just pass, but at least give us your name. So what I'm going to ask you to do, we'll start here, and I'll just get you to pass the mic along, okay? So Chris, would you please tell us your full name, your pronouns, and no more, I'll kick ya, no more than 1 or 2 sentences of something you'd like people to know about you. Maybe it's something you're involved in here or would like to be, whatever you'd like to share, just so people have a little sense of Chris. Thank you.
Thanks, Jane. I'm Chris Cormier, she, her, or they, them. I look forward to continuing with embracing diversity to help make FirstU more welcoming, and I look forward to continuing as a worship associate. I love that I get to be a young face at my age.
Bonjour, mon nom c'est Nancy Cloutier. Je suis un membre du comité d'administration. Aussi, je suis un bénévole pour la Fall Fair. So, hi, I'm Nancy Cloutier. I am a member of the board. I'm also volunteering for the Fall Fair. I'm hoping to see everyone there. I go by she and her.
I'm Barbara Ryan, and I've been very fortunate to have met several of you already as the organizer of the greeters, and I hope to continue with that. Also, I really enjoy working at the Fall Fair.
My name's Richard Liss, more commonly known as husband of Barbara Ryan, who does a lot of things here. We joined the UU 20 years ago in Washington, D.C., but have recently come back to Ottawa, and we're very glad to meet so many people here. Thank you.
Hello, my name's Lee. My pronouns are he, him. I'm looking forward to my debut as worship associate in a couple weeks. Barring a scheduling change, I'll look to Mary for that, but otherwise, and see you in a couple weeks.
My name is Caroline Meyer, and it's she, her. Closer? Okay. My interests are, I'm member of the Truth and Reconciliation Action Group, so I'm interested in mending relationships with First Nations, and I'm also interested in well-being as a personal journey of exploration for health and a way of building healthy relationships and communities.
My name's Jan Davis. I'm she, her, and I have a background in community recreation and have come here to currently volunteer with the library and also the bookshelf, and hope to work in pastoral care in the coming months.
Bonjour, Suzanne Groslo. I look forward to continue doing volunteer, whether it's with the decorations or Fall Fair, and I love painting abstracts.
I'm Nina. My pronouns are they, them. I'm a member of the Embracing Diversity Committee and the Poetry Sharing Group, and I look forward to cultivating compassionate community with all of you.
Hi, I'm Jackie Holzman. I'm married to John Rutherford, who's been a member for well over 40 years. We were married by Brian Kopke over 35 years ago, and it's time for me to join.
Thank you.
I'm worried actually that people here aren't getting to see everybody on stage. If we could just take a few steps over this way.
We have band stuff here. Yeah.
Right. So would all of those who are currently members of this congregation please rise and join with me in the words of welcome printed in your order of service. Here, in this church, we have gathered for generations, seeking a greater purpose and deeper life than we could find alone, seeking to work together to build a better community than we could achieve alone. We are grateful today for each one of you, that you have found your way here, and that you have decided to share our commitment to this faith community. We welcome both your questions and your enthusiasms.
strength, talents, and commitment with yours. We are glad to be here.
We are grateful today for each of you, and those that aren't here, don't go quite yet. Don't go far in any area. That you have found your way here, but not back to your seats yet, and that you have decided to make a commitment to this community. We also extend a special welcome to the children and grandchildren of your.
Membership in this congregation calls each of us to celebrate that we are together and to regard each member as a potential friend and teacher. We hope you'll allow yourselves to know and be known, to minister and be ministered unto, to love and be loved as we work together to create community here and beyond our campus walls.
As symbols of our gratitude that you've chosen to be part of this faith community, we have for each of you a book and a rose. The book is a history of our congregation, written by one of our members, Joycelyn Lovell-Holtz-Ray. It's not up to the current time, but I think you'll find it fascinating. And the rose is a reminder of the beauty of life of which we are a part. But be warned, unlike the roses we give at child dedications, we have not removed the thorns from these roses. Here, in FirstU, we take everything as it is, the lovely as well as the sometimes painful.
Thank you.
Blessed are those who take seriously the bonds of community, but not take it too seriously. Blessed are those who know that the work of the church is both the enrichment of the individual and the transformation of society, who have a vision of the beloved. Blessed are those who know that the work of the church is both this is all repeated. You know what it is. Thank you for being here. Thank you for choosing. Thank you for welcoming. The work has just begun. You can go back to your seats now. Susan McKenzie is going to come forward with a reading for all of us.
I have known everything, that Pluto is a planet, that the world is safe, that time is gentle and kind, that all is well. I have been wrong more than I have been right, but this I know is true. Whoever you are, wherever you come from, whatever you believe, somewhere there is a table with a seat saved especially for you, and there hope is served. Great love of many names, I may not feel especially qualified to be the one heaping hope into hungry hearts, but here we are, And what I know is I have had enough hope pressed into my palm like a lucky stone to make me believe there's a reason to keep going, at least on most days. God, let me be a peddler of hope, a connoisseur of joy, a sommelier of silver linings. And on the days I don't believe a goddamn word I say, let me remember in my bones that it is my time to be served. Let me drink deeply from rivers of hope that fill my cup. This I know, we will never thirst when we are together, and hope has plenty of hiding spots, but she is always near. Beloved, may we always keep seeking, always keep striving, always remember we have a seat of honor at the table where hope is served. Blessed be.
Hi, everybody. My name is Lisa Sharp, and I'm one of the coordinators for our house band here at FirstU. And I wanted to let you know, if in case you're newer to the congregation, that our band is open to anybody. If you play an instrument or if you like singing, you're very welcome to join us in future editions of this. And for example, today, in today's performance, we have 2 ukulele players who are joining us, Anne and Casey, so we're really excited about this. And the other thing is, a lot of people are saying, well, what's the name of the band? And we're sort of going, I don't know. So if anyone has any suggestions, we are taking ideas for naming the band for the month of November, and then we'll come up with a couple of choices, and then we'll have a vote. And so if you have any ideas, please send them in. Send them in to me or tell somebody who's in the band, okay? Mariella, myself, or Guy seem to be the kind of coordinators at this point. This song today is especially dedicated to all of our new members who are here today. And I guess that's it. And if you know it, please feel free to sing along.
And
yes,
there's a refrain, let my love open the door.
Yes.
And you know, once you've heard it 2 or 3 times, join us, please.
You're going to know when you can join.
I have the words on the screen.
Oh yes, there's words coming on the screen. We weren't sure if the tech was working, so. So feel free to sing along if you want to. All right, here we go.
1, 2, 3, 4.
When people keep repeating that you'll never fall in love, when everybody keeps retreating and you can't seem to get enough, let my love open the door, let my love open the door, let my love open the door to your heart. When everything feels all over and everybody seems unkind, I'll give you a 4-leaf clover. Take the worry right out of your mind. Let my love open the door. Let my love open the door. Let my love open the door to your heart. When people keep repeating that you'll never fall in love, but everybody keeps retreating, and you can't seem to get enough. Let my love open the door. Let my love open the door. Let my love open the door to your heart. When people keep repeating and everybody seems unkind, I'll give you a four-leaf clover. Take the worry right out of your mind. Let my love open the door. Let my love open the door. Let my love open the door to your heart. When people keep repeating, let my love open the door. When people keep retreating, let my love open the door. Let my love open the door. Let my love open the door. Let my love open the door to your heart.
When the house band, and yes, we can come up with a better name than that, recommended that song, they may have noticed a little hesitation. It has nothing to do with the song. Pete Townsend is great. The song came out in 1980 when I was in high school. And there was a pretty young woman that I had my eye on, and I thought by singing her that song, she kept retreating. We'll leave it there. When I first joined a Unitarian Universalist congregation, apart from the ones that my family had been a part of, I was told, "Great, welcome. Go sign your name in the membership book. We keep it in the hallway where the coat racks are." Accessible, practical, and devoid of all meaning and ceremony. What we've done here together today, with the glitches and the dancing, was way better than that. There's something I say in pretty much every wedding celebration that I officiate. I ask the bride and groom to stand close together, hold hands, and then look out at all the people gathered in their honor. And I tell them, this is your moment. Take it in. And we had the new members, and we had the members who have been around a little longer rise and say things to one another. Look around, folks. Each of us, whether you are a first-time visitor here or have been here for decades, we're here because there's something that we need, that we hope will get at least partially met here. We're here because we're looking for something. We're here because we want to feel more, and the more that's the more of part of the whole. And so look around. I think I've shared this before, but I want to bring it back. A friend of mine had a father who was in construction, and who said, and I need to translate this into metric, every tool that you need is within 5 meters of where you are right now. You can find something, and if it's not the exact right tool, it'll serve you well enough. Now, we here who have come, even online, because there's something that we need, look out. I don't know if we can pan the audience, but look at the back of people's heads. There will be someone with something that can help you get your needs met. So I'm going to ask everyone to rise. In body or spirit, and just look around and say, oh, that person may have something that could help me. Because it's true. I was meeting someone earlier this week who had been around the congregation. We've had emails going back. You can sit down now. And we've been emailing, and this is someone who is retired, and I realized I didn't know what they did. I didn't know what expertise they brought to bear. There's so much more I have to learn about all of you. And I've been here for almost 2.5 years. It's really not what I want to admit. It's kind of humbling. But there's a richness here. And each of you, each of us, brings richness to the table. Thank you. Let's do what we can to remember that. And I'm wanting to lift up some of the words that Jody shared with us earlier as I close this brief reflection from Kobe Yamada's story, Noticing. When we look at others, we may see their faces or their clothes, but we're only seeing a tiny part of who they are. We often don't notice the important things like their capacity to love, what they hope for, what they dream of, or who they can become. We often miss the most beautiful parts in one another. So let's promise one another to remember to practice looking more widely, looking more deeply, looking more lovingly, as we stand in very good company. Thank you all. Thank you all.
I invite the ushers to start passing the offering baskets now. This congregation has a long history of care, vitality, and bringing people together to move the arc of justice forward. We have been able to live into our hopes and dreams because of the generosity of those within and beyond this community. Whether you are here in Worship Hall or anywhere else, you are a part of this community. To make a gift in support of the work of the congregation, you don't need to use the baskets that are being passed. Wherever you are invited to go to our website or contact our finance manager to find out how to make a donation or keep up with your pledge. Our gifts are freely given and gratefully received. We dedicate our gifts to the work of this community of faith, serving human wholeness, caring for the planet, upholding religious freedom, welcoming the stranger, loving one another. And now, Phil has a renewal campaign reflection, and maybe a bit more for all of us.
Oh, we ain't got a barrel of money. Maybe we sing kind of funny, but we'll travel along, singing a song side by side. When we're dancing or singing or drumming, baby, we get the joint jumping. Kids and grown-ups and grands love to clap at them hands, side by side. Through all kinds of budgets, we may be in the hole, but how can we keep from singing when music feeds the soul? When we've emptied our pockets and counted, sure hope the problems surrounded, 'cause we want them to be making sweet harmony, side by side. We really mean it, side by side. Open your wallet, side by side.
Thank you, Doug, Pat, and Ann. I think we found the lost chord at the end there. Those words were written by Ann Nagy in 2002 for the pledge drive at Toronto First. That's before we moved here. Plus ça change. I'm back to talk about the pledge campaign. Here's a progress report. If you remember, our goal is 348,000, and we expect to get this from 200 to 205 pledges. To date, we have about 290,000 from 152 pledges. Last week, our troop of 18 people began the phone call round of the campaign to those who have not pledged. I've had only a trickle of results from them so far, but they've been working well into November, and our total will certainly go up in the next few weeks. They're calling everyone on our lists. Who's on our lists, you ask? It is those who donated or pledged in the last 3 years. This leaves out a lot of people. But before I go on, we need a disclaimer. When the team planned the communication schedule for the pledge drive, we had no idea that today will be New Members Sunday. My plea for money is not part of the regular welcoming package. Honest. It's just an unlucky coincidence. You don't need to pledge to be a member, and you don't need to be a member to pledge. But a pledge from you is certainly welcome. There are two groups not on the phoning list. One is people who used to come regularly and pledge, but who stopped 3 or more years ago, perhaps for COVID perhaps for some other reason, I'm inviting you back. You are part of us. The other group is people who are actually quite new. If you've been coming a few months or a couple of years and you like what you see, this is the time to consider supporting your community financially. Everything we do requires the time, talent, and treasure of us all. As I mentioned before, the congregation, like all UU congregations, is totally independent. We rely on ourselves and don't receive support or direction from any higher UU body. Today I'm here to ask for your treasure, or at least part of it. New members, new volunteers, and new donations are our lifeline to the future. You can find a pledge form in the EUU or in my hand, at the back of the hall, in the pews, on the website, everywhere. They're hard to avoid. Pledge as if your congregation depends on it. Thank you.
Thank you, Phil, Doug, Anne, and Pat, and choir. And now let us sing together once more. Please rise in body or spirit as we sing Wayaya, number 1020, in the Teal hymnal.
Before we begin to close this time of worship, song, and reflection, a reminder that coffee hour will begin in Fellowship Hall immediately after the service. There you will have time for goodies and snacks with our newest members. And find my prop. If you're new here, still feel new, or simply welcome some extra conversation today, pick up a green mug as you enter Fellowship Hall. Doing so will help others look forward to a good conversation with you. And as always, leafy greens, a courtesy of the good folks of Ajasti, are available for anyone who would like some from the grow towers in the old volunteer room just off Fellowship Hall. And now, as we prepare to extinguish our chalice this morning, may these words from Amy Zucker Morgenstern be our guide. When we take fire from our chalice, it does not become less, it becomes more. And so we extinguish our chalice, but we take its light and warmth with us, multiplying their power by all of our lives and sharing it with the world. as we return to the challenge of helping the world come alive in love. Let us go forth with peace, my friends. Be at peace. How could I forget the cupcakes, Jane?